Hi everyone! Today I'd like to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters. It's been super hot globally and totally worth diving into. While K-pop is the central theme of this film, it's actually an American animated movie produced by Sony Pictures, and it was released globally through Netflix on 20th of June. Since then, the K-pop Demon Hunters phenomenon has continued to heat up. In particular, the K-pop tracks featured in the film have stayed on top of various music charts for 3 consecutive weeks, and especially the song Golden reached up to the second rank on Billboard Hot 100 chart. And the cover videos and related content keep circulating across social media. So, what exactly is it that makes K-pop Demon Hunters so successful and well received? Personally, when I watched this movie, I couldn't stop thinking about Elsa from Frozen. There's something different about her, something she has to hide, and eventually that secret explodes and causes her to cut herself off from the world. That whole storyline structure felt strangely similar to Rumi, the main character of K-pop Demon Hunters. Elsa has the power to freeze everything, but she hides it, tries to suppress it, and doesn't want anyone to find out until one day her emotions erupt and she ends up isolating herself. You can even hear it in the lyrics of Let It Go. This part, meaning hide it, don't show it, don't let anyone find it out. In K-pop Demon Hunters, Rumi is a demon hunter, but she also has a demon mark engraved on her body. It's not exactly a power, but it's definitely something that sets her apart from the others, and it's something she feels she has to hide. At some point though, this hidden truth comes to the surface and that leads her into an identity crisis and emotional chaos. That whole setup really reminded me of Frozen. Even in the lyrics of K-pop Demon Hunters track Golden, there's a similar emotional arc. Lines like, put these patterns all in the past now, no more hiding, I'll be shining. This part basically say, I'm not afraid anymore of the things I've been hiding all this time. It really echoes the same journey from concealment to self-acceptance and empowerment. One of the most interesting aspects of this film is the fact that it blends K-pop and animation. These are 2 genres that already have strong, devoted fan bases, and when they are combined, it's no surprise that the result sparked a massive global reaction. The idea of virtual characters performing K-pop didn't come out of nowhere. It really emerged alongside the rise of the Metaverse. Of course, if we go way back, Korea's first ever cyber singer Adam in the early 2000s was technically the original. But in terms of how it's developed in the 2020s, the most iconic example would be aespa. In aespa's universe, the real-world members of the group and their virtual counterparts called iAespa try to meet each other by finding naives in a sci-fi realm called Kwangya. If you're an SM Entertainment fan, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, aespa's concept and world building were definitely unique and compelling, but to be honest, it gained more traction within fandom circles than among the general public. Some casual viewers found it cringe, overcomplicated, or even alienating. But things have changed. We now have Plave, a virtual idol group that's becoming really popular, and even Blackpink released a virtual music video through a collaboration with PUBG, the battleground game. So by now, it feels like the general public has become much more familiar and comfortable with K-pop groups built on virtual characters and metaverse storytelling. And in that sense, K-pop Demon Hunters really hits the mark. It combines animation, cinematic storytelling, a rich fantasy universe, and cultural references in a way that feels fresh but not overwhelming, accessible but still creative. And most importantly, it doesn't feel forced. All of these elements are blended together naturally, and that's probably one of the key reasons why the film managed to build such a strong foundation for success. Even if you're not a hardcore fan of K-pop or anime, this film is still hard to resist. And I think that's largely because, from a Korean viewer's perspective, there are so many authentic Korean details woven naturally throughout the film. You know, when Korean elements are forced into a story just for the sake of it, they can actually have the opposite effect. They feel awkward or gimmicky. But K-pop Demon Hunters really handle it differently. It's filled with everyday, slice-of-life moments like cup noodles, ramen, kimbap, and even cup binge scenes that many Korean viewers would instantly relate to. There are scenes at Subway Station, Bukchon Hanok Village, Naksan Park, and other iconic Korean backdrops, and those moments give the film a real sense of groundedness and emotional familiarity. Even the light sticks in the film are decorated with traditional Korean patterns, and the designs of the demons are inspired by traditional dokebi masks, which added such a thoughtful and elegant cultural layer. And we have to talk about Saja Boys, the rival group. Their dark side performance, where they wear traditional Korean cut hats and do that slick move where they run a hand across the brim, that choreography went totally viral in fan circles. People loved it. Interestingly, it's been said that the hunters were also supposed to have stage outfits inspired by hanbok, but those designs haven't been officially revealed yet. Still, the fact that the creators tried to incorporate so many traditional Korean elements, not just visually, but also through setting, styling, and gestures, left a really strong impression on me. The world building in this movie is also really interesting. Honestly, when I first saw the poster, I thought, okay, here we go again. Another story about someone who dreams of becoming a K-pop star and eventually makes it big after a bunch of ups and downs. I totally expected that kind of cliche success story. But K-pop Demon Hunters took a totally different route. The characters are demon hunters, and their powers are activated through K-pop performances, which is already a super fun and creative twist. They are also given a mission to complete something called the Honmun, which in the story refers to a spiritual protection barrier. This barrier is what keeps the human world safe from demonic invasion and maintains peace. So you can think of their K-pop performances as a kind of exorcism, spiritual power channeled through music and dance. And to block the hunters' efforts, the demons from their own rival boy band called Saja Boys, which creates the head-to-head competition structure between good and evil. The whole setup, the concept, the storyline, the rules of the universe is just incredibly fun and well throughout. Next, we absolutely have to talk about the K-pop tracklist and the overall production quality. Most of the songs featured in the film have received a great response, but the ones that's clearly stealing the spotlight is Golden. The track was produced by Teddy, and the choreography was created by Cho Na-in, who you might recognize from Street Girls Fighter. While many international creatives were involved in this project, a large part of the production came from Korean producers or Korean American talents. One standout is EJ, who voiced the main character Rumi. She's a former SM Entertainment trainee, and she's already built an impressive songwriting resume with credits including Red Velvet Psycho, as well as tracks for aespa, Twice, and more. Although she didn't debut as an artist under SM, she went on to study in the US and later returned to the K-pop scene, now working as a well-known top liner. Her involvement in K-pop Demon Hunters gave her a real chance to step into the spotlight, and this moment in her career has been drawing quite a bit of attention. With so many active K-pop producers contributing to the project, the result is a soundtrack full of familiar beats, performance-focused structures, and those signature emotional climaxes that K-pop fans love. Everything just comes together perfectly, from the sound to the stage energy, it's all spot on. Another thing that really stood out to me was the tiger character Duffy. Honestly, Duffy totally reminded me of the cat boss from My Neighbor Totoro. But, well, Duffy is way cuter. There's this one scene where Duffy keeps trying to stand up a fallen flower pot, falling over and over again. And for some reason, that simple, repetitive action really drew me in. I think that short moment actually worked as a trigger for audience immersion. It pulled everyone's focus in the most unexpected way. And then there's the magpie wearing a traditional cut hat who delivers messages together with Duffy. They make such a quirky, charming little duo. All of these adorable, detailed touches really added to the visual fun of the film. Despite blending so many genres and cultural layers, this film never feels disjointed or awkward. On the contrary, it comes across as relatable, sophisticated, and emotionally resonant. I believe that's because it didn't just use Korean elements as a decorative props, but rather designed them with sincerity and intention. K-pop Demon Hunters hasn't completed the honeymoon in the current storyline, which is why many fans are already eagerly anticipating a sequel. Given how well the world building and character arcs are structured, there's definitely a lot to look forward to the next season of the story.